Hey, good morning. Just want to do a quick video of our preparation for Elk Camp 2022. Um, Washington State rifle elk. If you're a Washington State resident, you know the pitfalls of trying to hunt elk in Washington State. Can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Washington, you have to pick your weapon, so you only get to hunt the season with the weapon you choose. So if you choose archery, you only get archery. Muzzleloader, you only get muzzleloader, and modern firearm, you only get to hunt with rifle. So, the state's broken down. It used to be broke down back in the early '90s when I started hunting here, hunting elk here. There was 5 or 6 different tags you had to buy. You had Western, you had a Yakima tag, a Kalakam tag, a Northeast tag, and then a Blues. So there's like five areas you had to pick just that herd you could hunt. So you couldn't buy an elk tag for and the state right now is split into 2, west side, east side. So you can't just buy an elk tag and just hunt elk. You have to pick what season you're going to hunt, and you have to pick your weapon. So, I mean, there's a lot of elk in Washington, but the way the herds have been managed over the years, back in '93, '94, I'm trying to remember when we went to spikes only on almost the entire east side of the state. And then that also led into about maybe a dozen GMUs, game management units over there being true spike, where in Washington, if where they're spike only, if you have one spike on one side and say a small fork on the other side that would make it a 2-point on that side, it's legal as a spike. But if you're in a true spike area, it has to have just one spike on each side. So that turns into a pain in the butt. West side of the state is divided by the Pacific Crest Trail down the middle of the Cascade Mountain Range. So the west side is all, so the west side of the Cascades, you're going to hunt, there'll be Rocky Mountains in there, Rocky Mountain elk. But then as you get west towards the Olympics, you're going to get into more of your Roosevelt elk. And it's like a jungle over there, just like anywhere else in Western Washington. The ferns are thick, the Devil's Club, the vine maple, a lot of reprod in certain areas, and there's a lot of not as much public land on the west side, lots of private land, and the timber companies over there now, like Weyerhaeuser. I haven't hunted the west side for elk in ages, so it's Weyerhaeuser, might have been St. Regis, Rayonier, maybe Champion, not sure, not 100%. Hancock. They all now charge fees to use their land, where 25 years ago, 30 years ago, we weren't paying fees to go hunt a lot of that property, and a lot of that property got snagged up by the timber companies. So, but it's 3 points or better for the west side of the state, which is great. And there's a lot of nice 6-point bull elk taken, or 5-6-point bull elk taken on the west side during the general season each year. A lot more hunters, and again, it's super thick. So you pick your poison. You either try for a bigger bull on the west side, or you go to the east side where there's still a lot of hunters, but not, I believe, not as much as the west side. And then you go with spikes only, and maybe you get drawn for a cow. I've been putting in for to be able to hunt a branched antler bull again over in the east side through a special draw for, geez, I bet I'm going on 8 to 10 years now, and we haven't been drawn. I'm up to 6 points for a cow tag on the east side. Used to be, man, you can get drawn for a cow every other year over on the east side for the most part, but now the way the herds are managed, the herds are, I'm not going to say dwindling, but the bull to cow ratios are a lot less than they used to be. And when the state went to spikes only on the east side in the early '90s, things kind of changed. It's been challenging to say the least hunting elk. I've killed 3 elk in the state. I've been hunting a long time, and we don't pound the back country like some people do. We have a fun camp, and we hunt hard. Don't get me wrong, but yet we just take our chances in the way we hunt. We just enjoy it. We enjoy being out there. If we get an elk, great. If we don't, that's great too. But now with spikes only, it's your chances are even less. So now with spikes only, you got to find the cows. You find the cows, that's where the spikes run with. And we get to hunt. We're hunting right around the first part, or I'm sorry, the last part of October near Halloween through the first week of November. This year, we're not going to be able to get over there until midway through rifle, and then we'll hunt the last weekend as well, which we've been doing the last couple of years, which worked out pretty good. Excuse me. We've seen a lot of elk, just haven't had an opportunity. It is what it is, man. It's elk hunting. Elk are smarter than we are. I just want one dumb one. Just one dumb elk would be great. So anyway, this is just kind of a startup video. I've got a cold. I'm coming down off of a cold. That's why I sound a little nasally. We are preparing. My garage is a complete disaster area because on top of getting ready for elk season, we're also moving. We're moving across town. This house is actually I'm sitting in. We sold it, and we bought another house, and now it's the whole, move stuff into storage, move into the next house. It's just a nightmare. And then we still decide to go elk hunting. So here we are. The house is all crazy, and we're preparing to go to the east side and go hunting because we're on the west side. We're over here on Whidbey Island. So anyway, that's just a quick down and dirty. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a couple of videos coming up as well, showing you kind of some of the little things we do. I've hunted out of the back of my truck. I've slept in the back of my truck during elk season. We've slept in tents. We've done small little crappy trailers that we fixed up. We've done it all. And now we're pretty spoiled. We haul a 29-foot fifth wheel up there, and that's what we stay in. But we still try to make life easy in camp. We love, cooking stuff on the fire as well, but there are those nights where you just get back, you've been pounding it all day, and it's dark. So we take casseroles over in aluminum foil casserole dishes, and we freeze them. And we stack them in a cooler, or we put them in the freezer of the trailer. And we get up in the morning, and we eat breakfast. Usually we make a whole bunch of breakfast burritos now. Instead of having to cook breakfast, I got a generator and a microwave. Why not use it? So we usually just nuke some breakfast burritos, and out the door we go, and go hunting. And then we pick what casserole we want, and then we set the pilot light on the stove, throw the frozen casserole in the oven, and let the pilot light go all day. And the pilot light helps to thaw it out a little bit. Then when we come back at, whatever time, dark, we get back, we start a fire, you just go in the trailer and turn the knob to 350 and let the thing go for about an hour, and it cooks the casserole. We've got chicken noodle casseroles. My wife does a really good broccoli, cheese, and chicken casserole with rice. We do a baked spaghetti. We try to do some high carb meals because we're busting our butts all day. So we try to keep the carbs up, so it just keeps your energy up. And then it'll also put your butt to sleep. I mean, heck, we're in bed by 8, 9 o'clock anyway, just after getting our butts beat all day. So anyway, it's just something we do. I'm gonna probably take the camera one of these days and head over to the trailer and just kind of go over some stuff what we got going on over there. And again, just a quick video to let you know, hey, we're heading to the elk woods come November 2nd, I think. 2nd or 3rd. We haven't figured it out yet because one of us, I don't remember if I've got the time off. My wife, I believe she has the time off. My stepson and my son-in-law and my brother-in-law, we're not 100% sure on what days. So it's either gonna be the 2nd or 3rd. We're only going over there for 4 or 5 days. So it's just a time away from us, for us. And this year, I think my 6-year-old grandson is going with us. So that's going to be cool to have a little guy running around camp, and we're going to get him into, he loves the woods. He loves going out and doing that kind of stuff. And he's deer hunted with me. He hasn't elk hunted yet, so we're getting him outfitted to go. He's just tagging along. He does, he's 6, going to be 7 soon. So it's not like he's going to be packing a rifle. He's just going to be along for the hunt with Grandma and Papa, and we will be, it's going to be fun. That's just, we have a good time no matter what we do, because, I don't know, it's the one thing I look forward to every single year since the early 90s when I started going. It doesn't matter. It could be, I don't know, more restrictions, whatever they're going to put on us. It's going to happen. We just love going. You couldn't keep me out of the elk woods every year. So anyway, now I'm rambling. So maybe I'll run into some of you guys up there in the old elk woods. All right. See you guys later.